Quick note about this video, folks. Pretty much treat this as a podcast, as something you listen to. The visuals that are on the screen won't have anything to do with what we're saying. So treat this as a radio show or a podcast or something like that. Something you can listen to while driving or doing something else. Just want to let you know that off the bat so you're not disappointed with the visuals. Okay, so Tap of the Night, we just watched the news clip with the Mayor of London being sort of very lightly grilled by the likes of Piers Morgan and his co-host.
400 have come back out of the 850 who've gone to Iraq or Syria to fight. How do we know how many? I mean, obviously this is a UK problem. You are mayor of the capital city where the most recent terrorist attack has taken place. How many of those 400 have come back to London?
The estimate is just over half. So when you
where are they?
When you look at the
no, but seriously,
how
where
are
are
we
they?
letting people back in to the UK who haven't just been trained? They've actually fought potentially against our troops. How are we letting them back in without knowing exactly where they are and what they're up to? Because out of all the thousands of people that we're concerned about, surely those who've actually gone to fight are the biggest risk.
Well, that's one of the reasons why it doesn't make sense for the government to be cutting resources from those.
Where are they? You're the mayor of this capital city. Where are they?
I can't follow 400 people. What I can do is make sure we have the policies, because what we can do though is make sure we've got the resources for the police and the experts to follow these people.
Why can't you instruct the police? Why can't you call Cressida Dick right now and say every one of those people who's come back from a war zone, who's in London, I want them followed?
Let me tell you why. Because the Met Police budget, roughly speaking, 15% to 20% is funded by me, the mayor. The rest comes from central government. If the Met Police budget is being shrunk and reduced, they've got to prioritise and use their resources in a sensible, savvy way.
What could be a bigger priority than people coming back from a Syrian battlefield with intent to harm British citizens? Why is it not the #1 priority? Why are these people just allowed to come back in the first place, and then the London mayor doesn't appear to have a clue where any of them are? I mean, no disrespect to you, but where are they?
Well, that's one of the questions that obviously the police and security services are looking into. But this chap here...
Yeah, Sadiq, you're the mayor of London.
Sure, but can I say, look, the 3 men responsible for the attack on Saturday night hadn't come from overseas. They were, for all intents and purposes, integrated into our way of life. One of them, as you know, ironically, was an Arsenal fan.
What do you have to say about this?
What I have to say is, okay, this is an example. The British are too polite.
Yeah.
It's part of their culture to be very polite.
Yeah.
Okay? But in this case, politeness does not get anything done. When you are confronting somebody who is being offensive, okay?
We're talking about the mayor now.
The mayor of London is offensive because he
yeah.
does not care. All right? And when asked the question, about why are you all allowing half of the terrorist cells that fought in Syria against British troops
within ISIS?
And he said, "Oh, there's like half of them here." That's a lot of terrorists.
Yeah, as if that's a good excuse.
And the thing is that they asked him, "Why are they here?" And he goes, "Well, it's because the police." Whoa! Wait a minute, sir. That's not answering the question. Why the fuck have you let them back in? Is the question. Okay, and this is the people who are talking to him, Piers Morgan and the other lady, I don't know her name, they're full-on British, okay? So they're taught from childhood to be very polite in how they speak and stuff. This is where you need to take an American standpoint and be like, no, you offensive little bitch. You answer my question. Why have you let half of the terrorists from fucking Syria into our city?
Yeah.
You are the mayor. It has nothing to do with the police force. It has nothing to do with big government. You are the fucking one in charge of this goddamn city, and you have chosen to let terrorists in. And then, when asked the question as to why, you try and push the fucking blame onto the police,
and then he talks
or
about
the budget,
yeah,
or the fucking big government. You've basically stated that you are useless.
Yeah.
Okay, if you're so fucking useless, sir, then you're not the mayor anymore. We don't need you, obviously. Get out of the office. Vacate immediately. All right? Because that's the point. If you are in charge of the fucking city, then you are responsible for every act, cause, or everything that happens within that city. That is your responsibility. The buck stops with you. You don't get to throw it at the police. You don't get to throw it at a fucking budget. Okay? You don't get to do that. You're the mayor. Every problem is your fault. That's what it means to be a leader. Right? He's not a good leader. You know, he's sitting there squirming, trying to say that it's somebody else's fault.
Yeah.
Fuck you. You're a piece of shit. Then, if we go back in time to directly after the attacks happened.
The last one.
Yes.
There'll probably be another one.
The London Bridge,
There'll be another
the
one
London
by the time we
Bridge
get
attack,
this video out.
Right after the London Bridge attack,
Yeah.
the mayor of London, who is Muslim, by the way, for anybody who's not in the know, he is Muslim. His main concern was not the British people, was not calming the nerves of those that have been shaken or lost loved ones that day.
Yeah.
He did not even go and visit the man who saved hundreds of lives that day. Okay? His concern is not with the British. His concern was Islamophobia and possible blowback to the fucking Islamist communities
Yep.
in London. That doesn't, I'm sorry, fuck them.
Yeah.
Okay? This is about the British people. Okay, this is not about, oh, Islamophobia. We gotta make sure that the people who are constantly crying aren't harmed. Fuck them. Alright? It was their children that did this.
It's their ideology that does this. So I'm sorry if, well, I'm actually not sorry if you think I'm a bigot. If you think I'm a bigot for saying the following, then you're just proving yourself to be an idiot.
Yeah.
But fuck their religion. It is the religion. It's the fucking religion.
It's a cancer.
Read the fucking Quran. They are following the Quran.
And then he did the best thing that they always love to do, these apologists and these tequila-loving motherfuckers. He goes, oh, and those three men, they were, you know, integrated citizens. If they were so fucking integrated, sir, then why is it they chose to go with machetes to one of the world's most famous bridges and begin to try and hack the heads and limbs off of British citizens? Huh? That doesn't seem very integrated to me. Because this whole thing was, he was trying to say, oh, but none of those were the people from Syria. Oh, really? Does that fucking matter?
Right.
No, we're on a new point now, sir, because you were too much of a pansy little bitch to fucking answer the initial question as to why the fuck are they even allowed here.
Yeah.
So now we're on a new question, which is apparently your own self-imposed question to try and undercut the actual logic in the room, which is why the fuck is this okay?
Yeah.
You're going, oh, but they were like, for all intents and purposes, British citizens. No, they weren't. Because a true British citizen does not scream Allahu Akbar while trying to cut the heads off of other British citizens with a machete.
Yeah, he's just trying to play the same game as Obama is. That has nothing. That Islamic terrorism has nothing to do with Islam. Those Muslims weren't Muslim.
No, they're not real Muslims. That's really funny because as it stands now with the count, you're basically stating that most Muslims aren't real Muslims.
Yeah, it's
because every time there's a terrorist attack, the ones who caused it are not real Muslims. The imams that preached it are not real Muslims.
Ones who celebrate it.
The ones that celebrated aren't real Muslims. The families that protected the truth and the act itself aren't real Muslims. So that's like hundreds of thousands of people who apparently are not real Muslims, yet they get down every day, 5 times a day, with their asses in the air and pray to Allah. But no, they're not real Muslims. Are you fucking out of your stupid wackadoo mind? And I have no problem with the British. I just have a problem with them being too polite. I get it. It's part of your culture. But right now, your culture, your people are being attacked by rabid dogs. Now is not the time to be polite. Now is the time to scream your rage to the skies. To make it known throughout the streets that if we even catch a hint of you idiots planning shit like this, we will burn through your families like wildfire. And fuck the police that are more interested in internet shit than they are reality.
Look at your screen, folks. This is from the fucking police. Look at this post. If you're not watching, don't worry. I'll read it out to you. June 6, 12:45 a.m., Cheshire Police posted, quote, "We would remind all social media users to think carefully about what they are saying before posting messages online. Although you may believe your message is acceptable, other people may take offense, and you could face a large fine or up to 2 years in prison if your message is deemed to have broken the law. Unquote. Okay, that's what they're concerned with. Okay, this itself is an outrage. If there was no terrorism whatsoever to worry about, this itself is an outrage because it's anti-free speech.
Yeah.
It's Orwellian. And it makes it a lot worse that this is what they're worried about instead of the actual fucking terrorism.
And the thing is that the mayor of London is responsible for this kind of shit.
Yep.
Do you think the police are just like, oh, well, we don't really care about that rape that's happening right in front of us because we have to be online right now? That's not their choice. He even said it. He makes up half of their budget.
Yep.
He pays for half of their budget.
So
he gets to tell them what they can and cannot do.
Yeah, he shouldn't have said that, but he was so stupid he said it.
He said it. So this is basically, you can follow the trail of who's saying what. He has told the police to practice more on internet and trying to keep hate speech or Islamophobic speech down.
Yeah.
He is intending to fill your jails with British citizens trying to cry their outrage. Because you can't even say anything.
Yeah.
And like I said, there was the Lion of London is what they call him now. The man who threw himself at these 3 attackers as they stabbed and hacked at him.
Oh, but he's Islamophobic and he's a bigot and he's a white supremacist.
What I'm trying to get at is that this is a hero. This is a British hero. This man has balls the size of the fucking Titanic, okay, to do that.
Yeah.
The mayor of London has never visited him.
Yep.
He has never walked his ass down to the hospital,
the mayor
given him a fucking medal, and gone, you are the hero of London today.
Yeah.
He's never done that. He's never going to do that. You know why? Because he hates the fact that not more people got killed that day.
Yeah.
Otherwise, he would stop it now. He's an Islamist. He's enjoying this. He's just not showing it on his face in public like the other ones are. He is against you.
Although his Islamism is very thinly veiled.
Yes, it is. It's highly thinly veiled. Anybody with a brain knows what he's fucking doing with his, oh, well, we're not going to have bikini-clad girls on our buses anymore because it's sexualization of women. Bullshit! It's against Islam. You know, that's the basic point behind such an act.
In fucking Sweden, or maybe it's Germany, I forget which, they've already told women, you know, maybe you should just stay home unless you really need to go out.
Yeah, what the fuck is that? It's like, no. Maybe we should allow the women to carry weapons.
Yeah?
Mace, tasers, actual guns, switchblades, anything they want to carry that'll make them feel secure. Alright? So that one of these little Muslim fucks comes along, oh, I'm gonna rape that bitch. She gets to shank him in his nutsack.
Yeah, do us all a favor.
You know? Done! But no, that in those countries, you're not even allowed to have pepper spray, for God's sakes. What the fuck is that? You should be allowed to carry something as a protection.
Yep. What do you call it when you take a population of people and you force them to let in people that they did not agree to let in, subject them to rape, terrorism, harassment in the streets, so on and so forth, then take away their right to talk about it, and take away their right to defend themselves.
Yeah.
And make it so that if you actually speak up, you will get arrested in the middle of the night.
For exercising your right to using your own voice.
Yeah.
It's your voice. It's not the government's voice. It's not this piece of shit wannabe mayor's voice. It's not theirs. So they have no right to tell you you cannot use it. That's why here in America we hold so true to freedom of speech that we will kill each other to preserve it. Because it is my right to use my fucking voice however I see fit. Just like it's my neighbor who I may not agree with what they're doing with their voice. It is their right because it is their voice. The British people need to fight for their voice. You're being quieted. And once a society is quieted, they've lost the fight. You can't do anything when they've strangled your vocal cords. Fight now while you have a chance. Tell this mayor that he's no longer mayor.
Yeah, do what they did in Iceland. Surround his fucking house with torches and pitchforks and literally smoke him the fuck out of his dwelling and force him to deal with reality.
Yeah, no, I'm saying this. Give him a choice. Either you act like our mayor and you get rid of all of these fuckers and you basically make the police force, which you apparently are paying half the budget of, do their fucking jobs on the street, and you allow us, the citizens, to carry guns to protect ourselves, or you get the fuck out now. You don't... People, you own your government. Don't forget that.
Yeah, they work for you.
The governments in Europe have very cleverly convinced the people that they own them.
Yeah, no, they work for you. Let them know it.
They work for you. They fear you. That's why they took your weapons away. Because they feared the power that you wielded while you had it. It's another reason that here in America we will fight to the fucking death to preserve our right to bear arms. Because once the government takes your weapons, they've got you. You can't fight. Which, that's what they perceive. No, you can fucking fight. You're just going to have to do it old school and there'll be more casualties. But do not let your governments own you. Because right now that's what's going on. In Sweden, the government owns the people. So there's people being raped left and right.
And then we have prostitution rings. We probably have them in Germany, Sweden, and many other countries, but we just don't know about it. And the reason why I'm saying that they're probably there and we just don't know about it is because we happen to know about the ones in the UK because of people risking their freedom talking about it. People like Tommy Robinson going out and saying, no, there are, okay, people, I don't know if you know this, there are gangs of mostly Pakistani and a few other kinds of Muslims in various cities in the UK, Rotherham is one of them, probably the most famous one, who they kidnap minors and then use them as prostitutes. And the police will arrest people for trying to stop it.
Yep.
I know this sounds absolutely insane. It sounds like a conspiracy theory, but look it up. In fact, scroll down, click on the links below.
How dare you? Fuck who you are.
And fuck your religion. Your religion is savage, barbaric, primitive, inferior bullshit. Your beliefs are inferior, primitive, savage, dark age, ignorant. So fuck you and fuck your religion.
It's like, you know, and so to the British people, please stand up for yourselves. Today is not the day to be polite. Today is the day to scream your rage. And if the cops go, you can't say that, that's not a real police officer today. Beat the fuck out of them too.
Or take their picture, get their name and their badge number, go on YouTube or do whatever you have to do, go online, and publicly shame them.
It's like, if you all do it together, see, that's where the American people always have the power. The government says, okay, well, you guys can't do that. Guess what we immediately go out and do? We do exactly that. We're like, oh yeah? You can't arrest us all.
Yeah.
They've tried that over and over again. Oh, we're going to do this and you have to obey. And we fucking laugh at them. And then they rewrite it. They're like, okay, that's not going to work.
Yep.
That's how we control the government. We don't let them make us do things that we know are unconstitutional. Alright? Like freedom of speech. They could say that they're going to do it, but they can't actually do it. Because we're all just going to tell them to go fuck themselves and do it anyways.
Yep.
And they can't put us all in jail. Same thing with the British people. They can't put you all in jail. The entire economy would plummet instantly.
Yeah.
Then all of the Muslims getting free shit wouldn't get free shit because no one's paying taxes, especially not them.
Right, because they're not
So
working.
do you understand?
They're living off the dole.
Exactly. So you do understand that if you all unanimously said, fuck you, to your own goddamn government, you would win. Right? So this whole, oh, we can't say that because the cops will arrest us. All of you?
Yeah.
Do it anyways. Yeah. All of you do it. Their jail isn't big enough to house every British citizen. They're not, they just don't have the ability. And they know it, but they don't want you to realize that.
Yeah. Pick a day. All of you pick a day, all right? plan ahead, pick a day where you will, every one of you, go online and all day long just criticize the living shit out of Islam. I mean, you could even you could just take parts of the fucking Quran and post just those. And that will be considered hate speech against them because you're saying what they say.
Yeah. It's like,
but do it all together in one day. Just do it all together in one day and then just, you know, dare them to fucking arrest you all.
Yeah. You know, play their game right back at them. They think you're stupid. They're treating you as if you are a moron. And
you guys are. Sorry to say, we love you over there, Brits,
yeah,
but fuck you for being so stupid. Get your heads out of your fucking asses, put your balls back on, and fucking stand up. You pathetic... Okay, I love you, so I don't want to use harsh language, but I am mad at you in a way that a parent might be mad at a child, or a cousin might be mad at a cousin, for letting themselves be beaten down, tortured in silence. Get the fuck up on your own 2 fucking feet and fight the fuck back. Save your fucking children from these rapists.
Yeah, from this bullshit. Save your children, save yourselves from this bullshit. They're systematically destroying what makes you British. That's not okay.
Or makes you decent human beings.
You know...
You are no longer decent human beings because you're allowing people to get raped and killed. You're allowing it to fucking happen over and over and over and over again. So at a certain point, you are a bad person. You have to stand up. Here in America, we have something called Good Samaritan laws. You can't just let one person beat the living shit out of another person and just let it happen. No, you have to do something about it. If you can't physically stop them from doing it, then you call the police. And if you do nothing about it, then you yourself are in trouble because... You have to live in a society. You have to coexist with people. You have to be a good humanitarian. You have to do the right thing. And right now, you are not doing the right thing. You are, as far as I'm concerned, you're being anti-humanitarians right now.
Yeah. And the thing is like, this is not painful for me because, you know, I hate Islamists, all right? Because I hate extreme Islamists. In fact, I don't even like Islam, because I think it's a barbaric, backwoods religion that needs reform, and since none of you want to reform it, it's a fucking cancer in my eyes.
Yep.
Okay? My anger isn't about that. My anger is about the history of our 2 countries. Our people, the oldest of our fucking, you know, bloodlines in this country, came from England. Okay?
And we have English common law as our basis of our law.
Exactly. We are you. We're just a different branch. We're a more integrated, you know, culturally diverse branch of England.
Yeah, we're like England 2.0.
Yes, we did fight to have our own rights, but that's because we didn't want to keep being told that we had to take it in the ass.
Right.
So we stood up and we fought. And now I'm sitting here going, please, stand up and fucking fight. Do it. Do it for your fucking families. Do it for, you know, your friends. Do it for the memory of all those that died, shed their blood on that land.
Do it for the women who are oppressed. Do it for the LGBT people who are oppressed. Do it for the infidels who are oppressed.
Do it for the actual Muslims, the real ones. You know, they're all real Muslims, but do it for the Muslims that don't condone terrorism. But don't say anything because you idiots would let them die.
Yeah.
Right? Do it for them. Do it for everybody. Stand up and fucking fight.
Humanity.
For once in your lives, stop being nice and just fucking fight.
Do it for peace and love. Do it for humanity. Do it for common decency.
You know, this is a fight for your survival, for the survival of your bloodlines, for the survival of your culture. Fight for it. And we fight for it every fucking day when somebody new comes into our goddamn country and says, you should be good to me because I'm from over there. No, fuck you. You came here. Every day it is a fight because we have so many people who come to America. But it is a fight that we quickly win. Because we make it known that you have to join us. We're not joining you. We didn't go to your country. You're coming to ours, so you join us.
Yeah, we're your host. You're our guest.
That's an everyday fight here in America because of how many people want to come here for that main purpose. And they have to be taught right off the bat. You are with us now, not the other way around.
Right, and
if they can't take it, they often leave and they get pissy and they spread fucking lies and they say, oh, America's just a racist nation and they don't like other people. No, we love other people. That's what makes us so diverse. That's why our families and the people itself, we look so different from anywhere else on the planet. It's because of how many different bloodlines have intermingled here.
Yeah.
You know, you have people that are quite literally Heinz 57s. They've got a little of everything from all over the planet in them.
Right.
You know?
And a lot of people who come here, they come here to escape
Yes.
the bullshit of other countries. And then what happens is you want to forget those people. You want to throw those people under the bus. You even, in the case of, say, like Marco Gutierrez, you want to call them white supremacists because they want to come to America and embrace America to get away from the bullshit they're trying to escape. And what happens is the establishment, the media, the PC crowd, they want to persecute and punish those people. And celebrate and lift up and help in every way the people they are trying to escape.
And, you know, that's why I'm angry, is because you, the British, are letting your history be destroyed right in front of you. Right fucking in front of you.
Your integrity, too.
You're letting your culture just go out with the bathwater.
And all the advances of our secular democratic culture, I'm talking about the entire, everything from the Magna Carta up until now, we in the West have slowly becoming less bigoted, more free, more open. You see more equity, more equality of opportunity going on, more secularism, less oppressive religion over time. And all of this is being undone rapidly. It took centuries to get to where we are, to claw our way out of that bullshit. And in a matter of just years, it's all being undone because of Islam and because of political correct kowtowing to the most oppressive cultures on Earth. You're undoing all the progress we made.
And here's the thing. If you all cannot say anything negative about Islam, right? You, the British, you get 2 years if you do that. Then ask yourselves, why should you conform to a law that would have you arrested for 2 years when an imam, who's in charge of an entire fucking religious group, says that killing anyone who is not a part of their faith is okay?
Yeah, why is that okay?
Does not get 2 years automatically in prison. In fact, doesn't even get a slap on the wrist, but is completely ignored. Why should you, a British citizen, have to conform to a British law that protects those that are actually calling for your death?
Yeah.
Because the mayor's like, oh, but, they were integrated British citizens.
Bullshit.
Which is bullshit. Who, and this is always the thing, who were, radicalized by who? The internet. By who was it on the internet? Because I don't think, the internet is a conscious creature that's telling them to kill. So who on the internet did this?
Not allowed to say.
Could it possibly have been one of those imams? Yeah, most likely.
But you're not allowed to say.
Yeah. Not to mention that they go to church, or their mosque, every fucking day, pretty much. That's why none of these sons of bitches actually fucking work. You can't work if you gotta be on your knees five times a day. So that's really difficult. So they would have had to have been radicalized by an imam online or in person or both.
Yeah.
So you tell me, mayor, and that's quotes because you're not a real fucking mayor, because you can't even take responsibility for shit that is your responsibility to take. He's a fucking child. It's not my fault. It was Johnny.
Right.
Really? Then why do you have the cookie stuff all over your mouth?
Wasn't me.
But he opened the jar and then you ate the cookies, did you not? But he got the jar down. But you ate the cookies, did you not?
Yeah, you let them back in. No, it was the police, but you let them back in. I give them half my budget. Okay, so you let them back in.
It's like, regardless, you did it! You're the fault! This isn't some magical person who we're going to find one day whose fault this is. You, the mayor, are allowing terrorists into your city. And then you don't even have the balls to admit that you fucked up. It's everybody else's fault. Hell, I'm surprised you didn't fucking blame Piers Morgan right there. Like, oh no, it's your fault, Piers. Who's next? Who are you gonna blame next for your fucking fuck up? Because you fucked up. Any real mayor knows that it is their fucking fault. Everything that happens within the city that they govern is their fault. From the smallest crime to the largest one. Your fault. Not the police. Not the fucking prime minister. Not the queen. Not any of the princes. Not France. Not Germany. You.
Not Trump.
Yes. You are the one to fuck. He probably will try and throw that out there.
Yeah. If he hasn't already.
You know, it's just... You are to fucking blame. And if you can't take the blame, if you can't muster up the nutsack to own the responsibility that is yours to own, then get the fuck out of office because you're a piece of shit mayor and you don't deserve the title. You know, it's just, ugh. Fight for what's yours, people. Fight. That doesn't mean bloodshed. It means standing up and saying no more.
Yep.
And like Justin said, if you have to surround that piece of shit's house with pitchforks and fucking torches and smoke the son of a bitch out of your goddamn city, then fucking do it. Because he's not a mayor. He did it right there in front of Piers Morgan on record as showing that he is a pansy and not a fucking mayor. Because a fucking mayor has the cojones to own it. He has no balls. Sorry, that shit just pisses me off.
Yeah. So what do you folks think? Leave a comment below. And here's one thing. Before you say, oh, you're misrepresenting Islam, blah, blah, blah. Read the Quran. Okay? And until you can read the Quran and show me that I'm wrong about what the Quran says, I don't have enough time to even entertain your bullshit. Because unless you inform yourself about X, you don't really... I don't care what you have to say about X. If you don't know X, you're just spouting noise. So, what do you folks think? Leave a comment below. I normally end my videos by saying peace, love, freedom, and equality. I'm going to end it like this. Fuck Islam for the sake of peace, love, freedom, and equality.
Thank you. Fuck Islam.
In closing, I want to leave you a song about what I think we all need to do. Ooh, whoops, did I play that song? I didn't mean to play that song. That was an accident. Sure. No, actually what I do think we need to do is rise above.
Yeah, motherfuckers! Fuck your Sharia! Jealous cowards try to control. Rise above, we're gonna rise above. They distort what we say. Rise above, we're gonna rise above. Try to stop what we do. Rise above, we're gonna rise above. Cause they can't do it themselves. Rise above, we're gonna rise above. We are tired of your abuse. Try to stop us. It's no use. Thanks for watching, folks. You know what I say. Peace, love, freedom, and equality, motherfuckers.